Fortnite Chapter 5 is going to have brand new weapon modifications that we've never seen before. We also have new Battle Pass skins that have been leaked and the entire Chapter 5 map, including new POIs, so make sure you guys stick around. We're going to be covering everything you need to know in this video. Starting off with the Chapter 5 update release date, which is set as of now to be on December 5th. We are actually going to be transitioning into Chapter 5 after we re-experience the Black Hole Live event at the end of Fortnite OG, just like we did back in the transition from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2. And luckily for us, we know there is going to be no delays on the Chapter 5 update because according to Wenzo, a data miner, the 28.0 update, which is the Chapter 5 update, has already begun getting play tested by external teams at Epic, which means they are not going to have any delays because the Chapter 5 update is practically done already. For starters, we have new information coming from Sheena, who tweeted saying the upcoming racing mode that will be added in Fortnite Chapter 5 could be called Rocket League Racing. The garage lobby tab that was leaked many months ago will show your own Rocket League cars within your Fortnite locker. So basically this does confirm that the upcoming racing game mode, or LTM, that is going to be separate in Fortnite Chapter 5 is actually going to be integrated through Rocket League, which makes a lot of sense because Epic Games bought out Psyonix, the company that developed Rocket League back in 2020. Since then, they have done a lot of cross collaborations and promotions between the two games, and honestly, I'm a fan of both games, so hearing this makes me very excited because if you have a lot of cars and cool stuff on Rocket League, you're gonna be able to now show that off in your Fortnite locker in Chapter 5, and you're gonna be able to use them in the new racing mode. This was also confirmed by an insider source over on Reddit a few weeks ago who said Fortnite will release a mode called Rocket League Racing in Chapter 5 where you can bring Rocket League vehicles into Fortnite and customize them in an upcoming garage, which is most likely going to be a new tab in the top of the main menu. Now, another brand new feature that may very well be coming in Chapter 5 has actually been leaked and found in the files for many years here, and this is coming from Happy Power, who tweeted saying Fortnite weapon mods. Epic never released this feature, maybe in Chapter 5, and then he goes on to give all the known modifications that were added in the files and tested way back in the day but never ended up getting released. We actually have recoil per bullet, ability to not consume ammo at times, rate of fire, vertical/horizontal recoil. Then you can also change the bullet spread, your reload speed, ammo clip size, headshot damage, crouch and sliding spread, and ability to add scopes on certain weapons. And something else that was also talked about a lot in the Fortnite community recently is weapon charms, which were basically just little add-ons, cosmetics that you're able to put on your weapons and customize them further, because as of right now, other than a weapon wrap, there is no other types of weapon customization within Fortnite Battle Royale. So it's very possible that with the release of Chapter 5, a brand new season bringing a ton of brand new gameplay mechanics, that could be the update they finally add all of these weapon modifications, which would drastically change how the gameplay rolls out and which weapons would be the best ones to use in Fortnite, which I think would be really good. It would make it feel very fresh. And while we're on the topic of Fortnite Chapter 5, obviously there is going to be a Season 1 Battle Pass in the new chapter update. We do send gifts in every single video here on the channel, so if you guys want to get gifted the Chapter 5 Season 1 Battle Pass or any of the upcoming new skins in the item shop, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, and also leave your epic usernames down below so I can add you guys and send the gifts. Also, a massive shout out to everyone using code NERP2 in the Fortnite item shop. You guys are legends. You make all these giveaways and videos possible, so thank you so much for your support. But diving right back into the video, another amazing leak that we got very early for Chapter 5 is the early stages of development for the new Chapter 5 map. I will throw that up on the screen so you guys can see what it looks like. But yeah, this is literally the Chapter 5 map layout. You can kind of already see where some of the big points of interest are going to be located, and although it's not very saturated and colored yet since it's an early design, you can kind of get a feel for what type of biomes, and obviously you can see the bottom part of the map is covered in snow, so it does give a lot of information away. And this is also another version where someone actually added a bunch of color and saturated it to make a lot of the biomes and different textures pop out. So this is just an easier way to understand kind of a rough idea of what this Chapter 5 map is actually going to look like. And so far it has been confirmed that it will come with 9 to 10 points of interest at the launch of the season. And obviously as we get more updates, they'll probably add more points of interest and change the map throughout future seasons. And interestingly enough, this is coming from Fortnite Chief Aiko over on Twitter, who tweeted saying the Fortnite Chapter 5 map is codenamed Helios in the Fortnite files as of right now. Helios in Greek mythology is the God of Sun. So that's maybe something that is hinting at some Easter eggs or foreshadowing stuff coming in Chapter 5, but it also follows the theme that Fortnite has done since the beginning of Battle Royale, where every single chapter map codename in the files is a different codename that matches a Greek mythology god of some sort, which I think is hilarious that here we are 7 years later going on Chapter 5 and they're still using these names for the maps in the files. Now, something else I also thought was very interesting is coming from Happy Power, who tweeted saying the Fortnite Chapter 5 map size just got leaked. According to new leaks and information, the Chapter 5 map biome is the largest map to date at about 3,500 meters in total size. However, the actual playable locations only amount to the same size as the Chapter 4 map / others. So realistically, it is going to feel about the same size as all the other previous maps, but it is the biggest in overall meter size, which I find pretty interesting. And as you guys can see here, it literally shows all the different biomes and vectors that are in the file so far, and we have some more screenshots of the Chapter 5 map so far, showing the textures and also some of the underneath layers of development, which I thought was really cool. And it's crazy to think that data miners were able to see all this information early just by getting into the files. Now, one piece of information that is going to be bad news for you guys that are actually mobile players is coming from Defaults BR. This information became public last month, but he tweeted saying Fortnite will no longer run on Android 9 starting in Chapter 5. So it appears that a lot of the older versions of Android phones and devices are no longer going to be compatible with Fortnite once Chapter 5 drops, probably because Fortnite's going to be changing the processing systems and changing how the game actually runs to fit the new graphics and stuff that's going to be upgraded. So that is really a bummer, and RIP if any of you guys are on Android 9 or older devices, make sure you upgrade or find a new way to play before Chapter 5 does come out. Now, for the final new gameplay mechanics that have been leaked so far, we actually have changes coming to how ice will affect gameplay. This is coming again from Winzo, who tweeted saying ice will be revamped gameplay mechanics in Chapter 5 Season 1. With ice grenades, you can create ice on the ground and also builds, which will be an entire new dynamic when it comes to build fights in Chapter 5, which is going to be awesome. The ground will become slippery once it turns to ice, which is already kind of a feature we have now, but it seems like ice grenades are going to play a bigger role in some of the combat. It will also override the HP of walls to 2,500, basically meaning if you throw an ice grenade down and you freeze any of the builds that are affected, it's going to get like a frozen HP of 2,500, which is going to make them stronger. Again, that can be something used in very tactical situations in build fights. And finally, if fire touches ice, then it will thaw, which is something that's just more realistic to real life, and it seems like the fire mechanics are going to be sticking around in Chapter 5 as well, based off this information. So that's going to be really, really cool to see how that plays out with some of these new ice mechanics. But with all that being said, that is everything we know so far about Fortnite Chapter 5. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if we're brand new, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, my friends.